few minutes and open your mind with me, because in order to get to the journey of even coming into the knowing of your identity or the path that directs it, you have to be willing to go deeper. You have to be willing to go into understanding. And with that understanding, you have to go into its acceptance, because without acceptance, there cannot be the journey of embracing. And without embracing, there cannot be the fullness of becoming. Let me give you an analogy so this lands where it needs to. If you come into the knowing that your spouse wants a divorce, you can acknowledge it. But if you do not accept it, you will be lying to yourself, going through old photos, planning trips as though the two of you are still together, holding on to hope for change even when it has already been set in stone. Now, of course, we want to encourage things to work out, but sometimes things will end because that is the way it is meant to be. But the moment you get to acceptance, when you go through those old photos, when you think about those memories and those trips, you are no longer trapped inside of them. You move into the next chapter. You begin to embrace it. Even if you tried everything, even if you spoke about it, prayed about it, fought for it, you embrace the fact that your living situation will be different, that things have to evolve, that you have to adjust. And then once it all begins to come together, you find yourself lying down in the becoming the newness of your life, becoming the newness of yourself, without the old identity of that relationship following you or weighing you down. Now, some of you are thinking about the butterfly right now. The butterfly is beautiful. The marvel of those wings, the way God designed it, it is something to behold. But that butterfly has a story. It was once a caterpillar. And that caterpillar had to go into the cocoon. It had to press against the walls of everything that was holding it. It had to break free. And in that breaking free, in that pressing, it was building. It was strengthening the very wings it would one day fly with. Transforming your story does not mean you forget where the journey was, but it does mean you do not let where you came from become the ceiling of where you are going. And here's something I need you to hold on to. Never let anyone know your genesis. They can know that you had a genesis. They can see where you are now and understand that a journey brought you here. But the full weight of your beginning, the depth of where you started, that is sacred. That is only for those who are deeply rooted in trust, only for those who have earned that place in your life. I have known people in my own life who changed the circles of who they wanted to be around. Some of them did not want to be identified with a certain culture. So they shifted, changed the people, the food, the music, the entire environment surrounding them towards something they felt was more of what they wanted to become. And even though the outside changed, what they were running from on the inside was still there, because the change was not rooted in acceptance, it was rooted in avoidance. Even different animals shed their skin and keep moving forward. That shedding is not a rejection of what they were. It is a natural release of what no longer serves the life they are growing into. There is a difference between running from yourself and growing beyond a version of yourself. One comes from fear, the other comes from becoming. Keep the memories that serve you. The ones that bring you reflection with smiles or healthy tears, those belong in your mind. Let them stay. Let them remind you of who loved you. But the unhealthy ones, the ones that bring you sadness and frustration, lock those away. Keep them at bay, in the depth of where they need to be. Your genesis will always lead to revelation. It is not about holding on to the old you. It is about remembering who you are within the new you. So that you know every place has a beginning, even from the soil that holds the seed, even from the seed that pushes through the dark to bloom above the ground. The flower does not complain about once being a seed. It does not mourn the darkness it had to push through. It embraces it because it has accepted what it came from in order to be what it is now becoming. That is where you must live, beloved, not in the seed, not in the soil, in the bloom. I am Lexis T, and this is chapter 2 of The Identity of You. Changing your story does not mean erasing it. It means finally living from the truth of who you are and who you are becoming. With love, peace, and blessings, we look forward to hearing your story. Bless others. If this series is speaking to something inside of you and you want to continue the journey, I want you to visit realdoubledosechannel.com/workwithlexis. There are future events and resources there waiting for you at your own pace, in your own time. And I promise you, you will be surprised at what you begin to unveil within yourself. Take